Stop recording. 7. Tumblr Firefox Developer Edition. 7. Tumblr document.
Okay, this is trying to record with OBS the effects of, sorry, how do you call it?
Note of NVDA.
NVDA.
7. Tumblr.
Yeah, chill, dude. Yeah, using a screen reader is a damn pain in the ass as far as I can tell. Admittedly, I don't know anything about the proper way to set it up, but the way it works out of the box with a typical sighted person's browser setup is a mess. Man, I hope people with limited vision who need to use a screen reader have a better setup, or else they just have the patience of saints. Anyway, going to attempt to do a little bit of testing for some basic things on how Tumblr is interpreted by the most common open source free text-to-speech
8.
accessibility
Tumblr.
engine. Right. Oh, it updated because we're focused on Firefox. It Tumblr updated the number of unread posts that I had, which updates the title. The title says now 8 in parentheses in Tumblr Firefox Developer Edition. So it doesn't say the last part, but it just says the title of the page.
9. Tumblr.
Now I have 9 unread posts. So it's just stating that window title change because I'm focused on it. Anyway, so if I sort of move my cursor here.
This 2022/06/06/22:45 9 minutes ago.
And it's really sad. I mean, I don't know if other commercial and expensive screen readers do any better, but this one can't interpret that as the date, so it just speaks it as the numbers and slashes. I don't know if I don't want to try and look at the HTML source code right now, because if I do, it'll try to speak all of it as I click through it. So I don't know right now if that little date thing there has some metadata attached to it that actually indicates it's a date. If it did, maybe then the screen reader would be able to deal with it better. I don't know. It's also possible that there is metadata attached to it that does indicate that it's a date, and it still doesn't. But maybe not the right kind of metadata. Maybe it might have to be, what is it called, ARIA or whatever. Even if there is class date on the HTML, it may not be interpreting that, which, okay, fair, I guess. It would be nice if there were just heuristics that it could, figure out that that's a date and speak it that way, but admittedly that sounds like at least some machine learning, or some very involved conditional code. And this is an open source one, and I've not tried any of the commercial ones because I'm trying to remember what they go for, but it's over $100, I think, for a lot of them, so, which is also messed up, but at least there is a free one, even if it maybe isn't the best. Anyway, so I'm using caret browsing so I can press up and down to go through parts of this.
Posted by Kelikdev banner landmark button permalink.
So that was, I pressed up, I was on the date and I pressed up, and so it got to my Kelly C Dev title there.
Heading left, posted by Kelikdev banner landmark button permalink.
And it does that. I mean, okay, fair enough. It can't understand that Kelly C it thinks it's Kellic, which okay, but then it attaches all this banner landmark stuff, which is a pain.
Heading Level 1A Test Title. This post is a test. Testing italics.
And nothing for the italics being indicated.
Next line. Testing bold.
Nothing there.
List with 2 items bullet list.
It does get that, so that's cool.
Bullet another item. Out of list now for numbered lists.
That's really, I mean, I guess you probably get used to it, but that was kind of confusing, right? Like, out of list now for numbered lists. Like, very run together, almost more run together with out of list, and then now for numbered list, like, the words in the sentence were almost more spaced out than the sentence was from the statement that it was out of the list. I mean, yeah, like I say, I suppose you maybe get used to that, but maybe there's a setting that can adjust that or something. I don't know. Like I said, no kind of expert on text to speech screen readers.
List with 2 items 1. Item 1. To the second item.
Interesting. Again, the pauses are very oddly structured there, but it did recognize the lists.
Out of list all done.
And then, oh, and this is interesting.
Link number my posts, link number tests, link number for screen readers, link number accessibility, link number A11Y.
And so it says link because it's a link to that tag. And then it says number because the hash sign means number also, which, okay.
Post footer content info landmark button share. Button blaze. Button reply. Button reblog. Button like. Unlike. Button delete. Clickable button. Visited link edit.
Okay, well, there you go. Oh, yeah, and if we go up
Clickable
now,
button. Button delete.
clickable button, which is,
Image.
oh, that must be the tag editor, which is from Xkit, I think is what that is. Because, yeah, so this is the edit, and this is the delete. This is from Xkit, so that's why it just comes out as clickable.
Out of button button, E. Button reblog, button reply, button blaze, button share, button notes, button share, button notes.
Interesting. Button notes. It just says it doesn't say change to say close notes or anything.
Link number my posts, all done. List with 2 items 2. The second item.
Interesting. When I went up into the list, it read that it was a list with 2 items, but then read the second one because I come into it from the bottom, I guess.
1 item 1.
1 item 1. Okay. Interesting.
Out of list now for numbered lists.
Versus if you go down into the list, it reads both of them.
List with 2 items 1. Item 1.
Oh no, that time it did not read.
To the second item.
It waited until I pressed down again to read the second item. But I think the first time it read both of them, but maybe that's the first time it has first time it comes to that list while being on this page or something. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. It does identify these list items. Oh, and previously...
1 item 1, out of list now for numbered lists. List with 2 items bullet another item. Bullet list.
So yeah, so it says list with 2 items, bullet, list, another bullet, another item. So that does work now, which is good because I saw earlier on my Kelly C Dev blog, I had reblogged a post where they were talking about screen readers. Someone was, and we're saying that the bullet lists were broken in some way, apparently, at the time. But I think that was before the the website overhaul, and so maybe it was after that that got fixed, either from that overhaul or a bug fix at some point since then. So lists work, but bold, italics, no, it's not going to tell you anything about that.
Out of list testing next line, testing italics. This post is a test. Heading level 1A test title.
It will tell you heading level 1 for, for that's probably an H1 HTML element, I presume. And so it will tell you that. Anyway, that I think that'll do it for right now.
Oh, run.
Hopefully this
Start
all
streaming.
worked properly.
Stop recording.